Jim, how are your discussions with President Trump? I know that you have pointed out in the past that the tariffs, as they're set up now, as they're designed, put you at a disadvantage to somebody, even an American auto manufacturer that produces in South Korea or Japan.
For sure.
I know you're going to meet with Jameson Greer tomorrow in the great state of Ohio. Have you had a chance to talk with the president? Have you made any progress in getting maybe carve-outs?
We're really encouraged. I mean, look, Ford is the most American car company. We produce the most hourly workers. We export the most. And so the administration's been great to work with. They always answer the phone. But there is a long list of things we got to work through. I think we've made progress on mitigating some of the tariffs, but we have more work to do. For us, we have a high exposure to aluminum, for example. The EPA changes are really welcome, frankly. And we're seeing that play out really in our business. Part of the reasons why our valuation is increasing is because people understand we can build more profitable vehicles now, and that's more employment in the U.S. But there's a long list. We got the USMCA coming up, very important negotiation for Ford. We need to change USMCA, but we built our entire vehicle business as an industry between Canada, Mexico, and the U.S. We have to get this revised, but it'll be very important. I think continue to work with the administration on tariffs, how we handle the China. You know, if you look at what's happening in Europe right now, in the UK, the Chinese are now quickly almost 10% of the marketplace. In electric cars, even higher. They pose a lot of threat to labor locally. They have huge subsidies from the government that they're exporting. As a country, we need to decide what is a fair playing field from a cost? How do we handle, these vehicles? If we're scared of a balloon, you can imagine a car with 10 cameras that can drive itself. Yeah. These are incredibly sophisticated technologies, and when we deploy that in China, it has to be approved by their Defense Department because, those vehicles can be guided into all sorts of things. Well, we need the same, we have a good starting point for that philosophy of the ITC of the vehicle, the digital footprint. Now we have to, make sense of that for the China threat. I know that the president talked about that during his visit at the Economic Club. How do we handle Chinese cars? Now, his personal opinion was we should let them into the U.S., but maybe. I think we need to work through that as a company and as a country. I think there's always a lot of big topics for the car industry because it's so important for our country.